Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Home sweet home. It is so good to be back in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Brewers TV tonight presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are here at American Family Field. The roof is closed and the Seattle Mariners are in town. It's the first of a three-game series, the Mariners and the Brewers. Pitching matchup tonight, Kyle Harrison. How good has he been at home? 6-1 record, a 1.38 ERA over his 10 home starts this year. Had a rough one in San Diego, but did get a bonus. They changed his ERA. They created an error. 5 earned runs fell off his season numbers. So the season numbers are still spectacular. On the other side, it is the right-hander Bryce Miller. He got off to a great start this year for the Mariners. It has been a struggle lately. In his last 4 road starts, an ERA near 7. That includes a start against the Yankees his last time out. Mariners lost that game 10-5. And with that, we welcome you. There's the setup, everybody. Brian Anderson along with Bill Schroeder. We'll hear from Sophia Minnaert in just a moment. Brewers went through the gauntlet of 17 straight days, enjoyed a day off yesterday, and now rock the homestand begins. And there are a lot of heroes you could go to, but one guy who is making a name for himself is Jake Bauers.
You're always looking for a surprise guy, right? I don't know how much of a surprise he has been, but Jake Bauers has been terrific all season long. He's been able to drive in runs. He leads the team in home runs and RBIs. He's top 5 in on-base percentage in the National League at .384. It's not just the base hits, not just the home runs. He's been able to get on base. His numbers against left-handers have been off the charts. A .286 batting average against lefties. And it all started early in the season when Andrew Vaughn was on the injured list. Bauers was thrown over to first base against lefties as well. So anytime you get an opportunity to face left-handers, Bauers jumped all over it, and he has been outstanding. And it's been a good season for Jake Bauers. He's been one of the big surprises offensively for the team.
He's riding a 19-game on-base streak. Brewers get great news here today. Bryce Terang is back in the lineup. He missed 4 in a row. Sophia's got the story. Terang and that left knee injury, it is sound, and he is back. And we'll get to watch him play tonight. Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. By Freighter to the Medical College of Wisconsin. And by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply.
Brewers TV is presented by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. The Brewers back from their West Coast trip through San Diego and Los Angeles. They finished the road trip by winning 3 of 4 games against the Los Angeles Dodgers, the reigning World Series champions, and now they are back home here in Milwaukee for the start of a 6-game homestand. Hi everyone, Sophia Minnaert here at American Family Field. The Brewers just wrapped up 17 consecutive games, an off day yesterday, and the news gets even better that Bryce Terang is back in the lineup. He was missing the final 4 games of that road trip against the Los Angeles Dodgers, dealing with some left knee tendonitis. He was hopeful to avoid the injured list, knew that he needed some treatment, some time off that left knee, and he is back in there here tonight. So he even saw him make some starts at shortstop in that last series against the San Diego Padres, but only William Contreras has played in more games than Bryce Terang this season. 115 games for him. He has been, of course, the anchor defensively and producing offensively as well, with a .266 average and 16 home runs, and OPS for him over 800. So he's back in there at the top of the lineup. Pat Murphy spoke with us about how Terang will have to continue to play through this the rest of the way.
He's going to play tonight. If you haven't seen the lineup, he's in there tonight. And yeah, it's something we got to manage. You know, we got to manage his workload. We got to manage his pregame. He's a tireless worker pregame. He's like old school pregame, every BP, every ground ball session, extra during BP, extra in the cage. You know, and we got to monitor him. We want to collaborate with him. You know, and we're doing that. So yeah, it started today.
Bryce Terang back leadoff spot and the anchor defensively at second base. The Brewers started 3-game series here against the Seattle Mariners, a pair of playoff teams from a year ago, squaring off for the start of a 3-game series here at American Family Field.
Made easy.
Ready to start a homestand against Seattle and Atlanta. 12-4 here at American Family Field since the All-Star break. That includes 3 walk-off wins in that stretch. Kyle Harrison on the mound here tonight. There are storms brewing outside American Family Field. The panels and the roof all closed up. It is very warm inside American Family Field. Brian Anderson, Bill Schroeder, Sophia Minnaert. Let's check that Potawatomi Sportsbook batting order for Dan Wilson. The Mariners have Brendan Donovan leading off, Randy Arozarena, then Dominic Canzone, Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, Cole Young, and then it's Cal Raleigh, Victor Robles, and Brock Rodden, who just made his Major League debut last week. And that's the 9 Rock that's going to face Kyle Harrison.
Yeah, first start ever against the Seattle Mariners. He's 9-3, 2.99. His ERA, he's been outstanding this year. Took the losses last time out at San Diego.
First pitch presented by Aurora Healthcare, and away we go. Harrison got some good news as far as his earned run average. That game in San Diego, you might remember there was a play at second base. Ji-hwan Bae dropped a throw, and 5 runs would come in to score. Now, that was not originally scored as an error. That meant all of those earned runs belonged on Harrison's line. Well, that was adjudicated. There's a drive into right center field. That ball's hit very well, and that's going to be off the base of the wall. Brendan Donovan, clean shaven, rolls into second base with a leadoff double.
Yeah, guys will do anything to try and get hot, right? Shave the beards, clean it up a little bit. He got one that he liked. Able to smoke that one off the wall out in right center. That fastball from Harrison right down the middle of the plate. Lefty versus lefty. Donovan hammers it out there into the gap.
It's been a bit of a lost year for Donovan. He missed 3 months with a groin injury. Leadoff double. Here's Randy Arozarena. Now, so Harrison's ERA, despite not pitching, went from 3.47 to 2.99, eliminating those 5 earned runs from his start in San Diego a week ago. Brewers lost that game, got swept by the Padres, and then in relentless fashion come back and take 3 out of 4 from the Dodgers.
Well, let's talk about a turnaround to a road trip, right? I mean, amazing stuff that the Brewers were able to pull off.
2 balls and a strike on Arozarena.
Well, think about that stretch the Brewers were forced to endure. 17 games, 17 days, and 2 different trips to the West Coast.
And lost to Uribe. Terang was out 4 games.
It seems a bit excessive to ask a team to do all that. Terang did not get in that bat in that Dodgers series. That was another big deal in that series.
Cooper Pratt went on the injured list during that stretch. Yeah, they handled a lot of it. A lot of credit goes to that guy and the rest of this team. And they only gave up a half a game in the standings from before the road trip. So when they finished, there's a good pitch, fastball in there, locked him up.
Yeah, looking for something else, right? Let's check out the Landmark Credit Union defense behind Harrison. Here tonight, you got Cheerio, Mitchell, and Laura in the outfield. Hamilton Ortiz on the left side. Bryce Terang, Jake Bauers on the right side, and William Contreras, what's new? He's behind home plate tonight.
Good to see Bryce Terang back in there tonight. 4 games off, 5 days off. And that left knee good enough to go. They will have to manage, as Sophia mentioned, have to manage the workload. He is a baseball rat. He likes to be at the ballpark, likes to be engaged in all the pregame activities, all the ground balls, all the batting practice, and it's all pretty excessive. But that's what he needs to get himself right for the game, or at least what he thinks he needs. He's about to find out what he actually needs because the Brewers are going to shut him down in a lot of those areas. At least try to minimize some of that workload. Runner at second with 1 out for the DH, Dominic Canzone. Nice pitch.
And for a guy that loves to work hard, you know, even before the game, you know, on defense, on his offense. You wonder how that's going to affect him, having to back off of that a bit. Hopefully he's going to be able to handle it well.
Harrison ready for a 1-2. Canzone late on it. Mariners have 4 lefties in their starting lineup tonight and 2 switch hitters. They have 3 right-handed bats on their bench and a switch hitter. Their big right-handed bat is a little banged up right now. Taylor Ward has missed the last 4 games. This will be the 5th in a row. He's the guy they picked up from the Orioles, who was one of the bigger bats available at the trade deadline. And that's going to skip away from Contreras. And over to third goes Donovan. Be a wild pitch.
And held on to that slurve a little bit too long. Want to keep that pitch down in the zone. Got to block it with the man on base. Bouncing in front of home plate. Tough chance for Contreras.
So infield in. And Harrison misses with a breaking ball. That's the one he calls a slurve. It's a combination pitch of a slider and a curveball. Kind of an old school pitch.
Thought they called those sweepers.
Yeah. Huh. He likes the old school vernacular. There's a little handle shot. Turang is there, and he'll keep Donovan at third base. Oh, welcome back, Bryce Turang.
Yeah, Donovan just didn't get a good break off from third base. So once you don't get a good jump, you just stay there. Didn't have much of a secondary lead off the bag either. There's a break for the Brewers.
All unfolds on wire cam, courtesy of Potawatomi Sportsbook.
You keep an eye on that knee for Turang. Didn't look like it bothered him too much there.
Quick as a cat on that baseball. So here's Julio Rodriguez, one of the young faces of Major League Baseball. By most player standards, it's a pretty good year. 19 homers, 52 RBIs, but not by the standards of Julio Rodriguez, former Rookie of the Year.
This is a very good offense on paper. They just have not been able to deliver this year.
That has been brutal, averaging under 4 runs a game. They're dead last in the majors, and it's more towards 3 runs per game since the All-Star break. Contreras going to challenge this ball. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Not sure why Contreras felt the need, and he kind of surprised himself he was that far off.
Not even close. Almost 3 inches.
So just 1 challenge remaining here. And there's a strike. Williams going to have to adjust his sights. He and Gary Sanchez are frequent challengers, and their success rate is to be desired. Oh, good spinner. There's the slurve again, Rock. 3-2 the count.
Same spot. This time it's a strike.
Maybe that's why Contreras challenged.
Flip a coin.
Home plate umpires Adrian Johnson. He's the crew chief as well.
Got a lefty on deck. Be careful here.
One of the few hitters that's going well for the Mariners. Josh Naylor due next. Full count, 2 outs. Runner at third. A leadoff double in this first inning. And that one's right there through the heart. Caught him guessing. Couple of strikeouts for Kyle Harrison. He strands the runner at third. Works around a leadoff double. Now the Brewers coming to bat. Pat Murphy and the Brew Crew ready to go here. First of a 6-game homestand. It's actually 5, technically 6. Brewers were playing Williamsport on Sunday. His batting order courtesy of Potawatomi Sportsbook. Turang, Churio, Bowers will get it started. If anybody reaches, it'll be William Contreras. Good to have Turang back, hitting lead off. Bryce against Bryce. Bryce Miller, start number 16. He had an injury to start the year. Didn't make his first appearance of the season till mid-May. Had an oblique injury. And Rocky got off to a great start for the Mariners, but it has not been pretty over his last 6.
No, he's lost his last 6 decisions. His last win came back on June 12th. Took a no decision his last time out against the Yankees. Gave up 5 runs in 6 innings.
Terang, little half swing foul ball.
That's one of his out pitches right there, the split fingered fastball. Upper 90s fastball with a splitter. Matter of fact, the next 2 starters for the Mariners are going to go fastball split.
Mariners have Logan Gilbert. He's their best. Matching up against Dustin May tomorrow. George Kirby against Robert Gasser for the day game on Thursday. And then the Braves are in Friday, Saturday. Sunday is technically a home game for the Brewers, but that'll be the nationally televised game in Williamsport around the Little League World Series. 0-2 the count. Everybody's phone's going crazy right now in the ballpark with an emergency weather alert. It's Terang into left field. Rosarena is there to make the play, and there's out number 1.
Check out our Miller Time game plan. It's all about the pitcher out on the mound and what you're going to look for. Anything that starts below mid-thigh, you better be careful. It might be the splitter. You don't want that splitter to get down in the strike zone. Awfully difficult to handle, but if he leaves it up, those are the ones you can attack. So we're going to go high fastball, splitter down. Be careful of that split.
1 away. Here's Jackson Chourio now. Chourio is going along well. Remember, he had that 4-homer game in a 6-game span on the last homestand. His OPS over the last 13 games is over 900, and for the season it's 809. His slumps don't last too long. That ball's deep into center field. Chourio watching this one. Rodriguez back at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch. Julio Rodriguez pulls one back, and Chourio is robbed.
He hit that one. He barreled it up and got under it just enough to keep it in the ballpark. Yeah, that was a splitter about mid-thigh high, and he hammers it. Let's see if it would have been out of the ballpark. Maybe not, or maybe. Pretty close.
Well, you got to remember, Julio Rodriguez is 6'4" and runs like a gazelle.
Made that one look easy, didn't he?
There was nothing for him to get back to the wall. Pulls one back. 2 long, loud outs to start this game. Terang and Chourio. Now Jake Bauers. What a story he's been this year. I love the breakdown our buddy Mark DeRosa did on Jake Bauers on MLB Network, and you know, he's had a few tweaks in his stance. He's a little more open at the plate, but to do what he did on Sunday, it's not just 4 hits against left-handed pitching. You know, the first wave of those hits came against Tarek Skubal, the best left-hander in the game right now.
He's just got a lot of confidence against right-handers and left-handers. He's hitting .286 against lefties this year. Top 5 in the National League in on-base percentage, which means he's not just getting base hits, he's walking a lot.
And he pulls that one down the line. Jake rakes again. He's thinking about 2. He's on his way. The throw from Robles, and he's safe. Hustle double for Jake Bauers. Robles fell down in right field. He looks like he's a little shaken up. Bauers recognized it, and he takes the extra base.
There's a big divot out of the grass in right field. That's all it took for Bauers to get into second base. Good belly flop slide into second on a splitter. He left this one up just like the one he threw to Chourio. He's thinking double right out of the batter's box.
How close was it? Oh, hand just hit the bag before the tag. Bauers keeps it rolling. Here's William Contreras now. Found his swing over the weekend in Los Angeles. Had a couple of hits and a home run on Saturday against the Dodgers. Big 2-run homer in that game.
Got to get this guy going and the guy on deck. Contreras is starting to swing the bat better.
Contreras had his knees buckled on that curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He will throw that pitch, the alternate pitches against right-handers. Basically, fastball split against lefties.
On-base streak to 20 games now for Bowers. It's a hard on-base streak as well. Hitting near 400. There's a soft liner down, base hit. Bowers going to be wound up. Here he comes. A Rosarena's throw, and Bowers. Oh, the ball's out. Bowers doesn't recognize it. He gets to the plate. He's safe. Oh my goodness. What a wild sequence. The ball pops out of Raleigh's mitt.
On the tag, it bounced out.
Bowers kind of knocked it out. Cal Raleigh's making his case with Adrian Johnson.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he went in with high hands into the glove.
Dan Wilson says challenge.
And able to get back before the tag is applied the second time.
Adrian Johnson put his palms up like, what are you challenging?
This is really smart heads-up play by Jake Bowers. Watch him go right after the glove. Right after the glove. Never does touch the plate. Doesn't realize it. That the ball was never secured. And just barely able to get back. Another good slide by Bowers.
Oh my goodness.
Remember the one in LA, right?
Absolutely. Wintrust replay review. Tell you, Jake Bowers.
Yeah, that's something. That's
he's playing the game at another level right now. Remember, he had that hit first slide on the last homestand. It knocked him out for a few games with a side injury. Yeah, he has been rolling in the dirt here the last few days. That game Sunday, that slide he had, he just got a finger in there.
Cal Raleigh making the adjustment, trying to get the tag on him, and just does get there late.
He's the Matrix.
Jeez.
1-0 Brewers.
Good working this guy, dude. Jake Bowers. Jeez.
That was a good throw by Rosarena. And you got to fault Raleigh on that one for not hanging on to the baseball. You got to lock that ball in the glove right there.
You got to grab the ball with your bare hand and then put the glove around it. That would not have happened had he done that. Not sure he had time to do it, but ideally that's what you want to do in a play like that.
See if Yelich can keep the inning going here. And a swing and a miss. Splitter. What a wild play. Play of the night already. Dirt Can has a good look for you.
Jake able to knock it out of his glove with the bare hand.
He didn't know the ball was out of the glove right away. I don't know. Maybe you think he heard us up here? Or?
I don't know.
He had 40,000 people yelling at him.
You know what's great about that play? Contact, runner and catcher. You never see it anymore, right?
The
Great play by Jake.
Buster Posey rule.
Yeah.
2-2 on Yelich.
You know, back in the old days, Cal Raleigh would have blocked off home plate right there. And Jake Bowers might not have gone in head first. When you do that with a shin guard, you get to eat the shin guard. That's not what you want to do.
Wasn't exactly like you and Bo Jackson colliding at home plate.
No.
You know, it's the modern day version.
Yeah, he can have it.
2-2, and Yelich strikes out, and the inning is over. Jake Bowers, it is his year in every facet of the game. The man's living in the dirt right now. He's getting his hits, and he's coming up with some Matrix level slides.
This goes a long way.
A 1-0 lead for Kyle Harrison and the Brewers over the Mariners, and Sal Frelick has rejoined the team but not active yet after doing a rehab assignment with AAA, the Nashville Sounds. He has spent 7 games there. He's building up a volume of at-bats, at 22 of them for him so far. He did homer over the weekend, but he's not activated yet because he has not played enough defense. He's only started 2 games in right field there. That was Friday and Sunday, so he hasn't gone back-to-back games yet. However, the Brewers wanted him to get back here, rejoin the Major League team, kind of get their eyes on him, see how he was doing physically. He's gotten some opportunities defensively, BA and Rock, to test that right shoulder in terms of throwing to bases and getting into the rhythm of the game defensively. Hitting has not been an issue for him so far, but might still need some time. So working through the next steps for Sal Frelick, whether that's going to the Appleton to play with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers this week or rejoin the Nashville Sounds on the road. But overall, trending in the right direction for Sal Frelick.
Just got to make sure that that throwing arm is going to be able to go back-to-back games, right? I mean, the first time he went out there, the day after, okay, not great. Second time, he said he felt really good. He's anxious to get back at it. He was taking batting practice today. He was raking balls out of the ballpark left and right. So the at-bats are not going to be an issue for Sal. Just a matter of that throwing arm, which is really one of his benefits. I mean, that's one of the things you love about Frelick.
Josh Naylor with a bouncer over to first. Grounds out to Bowers. Well, Sal's been playing with Josh Naylor's brother Bo at AAA Nashville. And I think if Frelick could have his way, he'd have been in the lineup yesterday. He'd have made the whole team come on an off day and play an inter-squad game. But that was not the case, and the Brewers are just being extra cautious. And, you know, it is about the long haul right now. Just had to shut Bryce Terang down for 4 days, so Terang did not go on the injured list, but that left him shorthanded because he's not available and wasn't on the IL. So you really can't afford to do that too often.
Yeah, which is one of the amazing things about that series in LA, winning 3 out of 4 without one of their best hitters and probably their best defender.
No balls and a strike on Cole Young. He's had an excellent season. Second-year player, 15 homers, 56 runs batted in.
It's been a nice surprise on a team that has underperformed quite a bit.
Contreras taking a gamble. This is going to be close. A lot of challenges coming against Adrian Johnson already in this game. And that one rings a bell. Oh, needed that. Could have been without a challenge the rest of the game. It's a strikeout against Young and the third K for Harrison.
And all of them looking. So command has been pretty good so far for Harrison. You don't want to be out of challenges in the second inning.
That was a risky one. Here's Cal Raleigh. Raleigh did homer on Sunday. The Mariners played Sunday Night Baseball in Houston. They won that series against the Astros. Mariners had yesterday off as well. This has been a disaster of a season for Raleigh on the offensive side. And part of the story with a catcher of his quality is while everyone is rightly focused on his lack of offense and lack of power. Guy hit 60 homers last year, finished second in the MVP race. There is the catching part of it, and by all accounts, he's done a great job with that. He hasn't let the bat carry over to the defensive side, and he's great on the game plan and great with the pitchers. So he's impacting the game in other ways, but he has struggled offensively as Harrison walks him.
Not that you're going to back up a 60 home run season with another. But going from 60 to 13, that's a big drop off.
Yeah. Now, Raleigh did miss a month with an oblique injury. And a year to forget for a team that had very high expectations. Here's Victor Robles. Mariners were a win away from the World Series last year. Blue Jays and Mariners had an epic 7-game ALCS. These are 2 of the 4 in the Final 4 in Major League Baseball last year. Both the Brewers and the Mariners losing in the championship series. Dodgers and Blue Jays played an epic World Series, and the Dodgers winning that one in 7. And most unlikely fashion. Wave and a miss. Robles chases a high fastball.
And the Mariners are expected to compete again for a World Series, right? They're still in a playoff chase. They're 4 games out of the division lead and only 2 games out of the wild card, but they've got a lot of teams in front of them.
It's kind of crazy to think about when there's 7 games under 500. They're 59 and 66. They do have 6 teams to leap over in the wild card race currently. 2-2. Harrison deals. Robles fouls it away.
Yeah, White Sox are the only team in the American League Central over 500. You know, the Houston Astros are a game over 500. They're in first place.
Yeah. Tampa Bay Rays running away with the American League. Rays have the best record in the AL. Brewers best record in the major leagues. Tampa Bay just dropped 3 out of 4 to Baltimore. So the Brewers come in 2.5 up on the Dodgers for overall best record, 4.5 up on the Cubs, 5 in the loss column. Robles into left field, hit well, but Churio is there. Robles lines out. Inning is over. Harrison with a couple of scoreless innings on the board. Brewers lead 1-0.
Just about Bimzelix.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite. Taste you can depend on. And by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. Brian Anderson, former stockbroker, Bill Schroeder. And our Emmy-winning reporter, Sophia Minute. Remember those days, partner?
Stopbreaker.
Breaking all the stocks. It's a good thing that career didn't work out for
you. That was a office job for me. You kidding me?
Bull in China shop. Here's Luis Lara. He'll lead off, followed by Mitchell, then Ortiz. Bryce Miller giving up a run that shouldn't have been in that first inning, kind of the way it's gone for the Mariners this year. Cal Raleigh charged with the error after much deliberation. I agree with that call.
Yeah. That's an automatic right there.
Ball pops out of his glove. He had it in plenty of time.
Yeah, drop a baseball. That's an error.
Unearned run. He is a platinum glove winner. He is one of the best defensive catchers in the game. 1-1 to Lara. Lashes one foul.
Dropped the cutter.
Sophia mentioned Sal Frelick, and he is close to returning. It will be interesting to see what the Brewers do with Luis Lara. Do they feel like he's played enough regularly to stay in the big leagues and be a part-time player? Or does he go to AAA and play every day and continue his development?
I'll tell you what, you got 2 pretty good right fielders, though, whether it's Lara or Frelick.
Yeah, no doubt.
Doesn't get much better than either one of those 2 guys.
Blessed with amazing outfield talent. Mitchell, Luis Lara, Churio. These are all former center fielders.
Yeah.
Those that don't play center field any longer. It's elite no matter how you look at it. Frelick was a center fielder coming up. Lockridge is a plus defender.
Yeah, he's not bad either. Yeah.
2-2 to Lara. And he chops that one foul. Luis was rated as the best defensive outfielder in the Brewers minor league system. And that's already chock full of great outfielders throughout the system. And the best minor league system in baseball gives you an idea how good he's been. And he proved it. That last homestand, he made one of the best catches of the year, looking like Spider-Man going up against the right field fence.
Yeah, the other one wasn't too bad either. 2 really good catches out in right field.
He sees a lot of pitches. This will be the 8th coming. What are you seeing in his at-bats?
A guy that's getting more confident every time he goes up there. He knows his strike zone pretty well.
Hits that one in the air to center, deep. But Rodriguez has a beat on it. And Lara is the first out of the inning.
For a 21-year-old, he's putting together some pretty good at-bats. Hey, 2027 Brewers season seat memberships are officially on sale. Be part of the crew for 2027 and score exclusive member rewards, discount days, member-only experiences, and more. Learn more at brewers.com/season tickets. You believe we're already talking about next year? It's gone quickly, hasn't it?
We're getting into the final sprint territory right now.
Time flies when you're having fun and winning.
Brewers putting together perhaps their greatest season, regular season in franchise history. There's never been a 100-win team in Brewers franchise history. And this club's got a chance. 77-48 right now. Mitchell laces one back up the middle. Clean single for Garrett Mitchell.
A lot of the base hits have come on that splitter. Left that one up, middle in, and Mitchell able to just punch it into center field. Look at the way he shortens up right there. That would just make contact, put it in play, and able to find a hole in the center field.
2 of the 3 hits, Bowers and Mitchell, coming on that split finger fastball. And now here's one of the hottest hitters going, Joey Ortiz.
And Joey's starting to get pitches to pull because of his success going to the opposite field on pitches away. Once you tease the league that you're going to do that, they might pitch you differently, and he's starting to get some pitches to pull and hit hard into left field.
He was 5 for 17 on the road trip, San Diego and LA. Had a homer, 2-run homer at Dodger Stadium, 4 runs batted in. And if you kind of break down these windows of the schedule into one moment, Joey Ortiz's hit with 1 out in the 9th inning in the first game of that series against LA when they were down 2 runs. That kind of started the whole run for the Brewers. They came back to win that game. Ortiz with another hit. Got on top of a high fastball at his shoulders. Hits a bullet to center field.
Yeah, talk about getting on top of a fastball way up out of the zone, and Joey able to center on it and hit it hard into center field. And it's not often you score 3 runs in the 9th without the benefit of a homer, but the Brewers did that. That's Brewers baseball. Check out that swing. Talk about using that top hand, getting on top and ripping it into center field.
It's a pretty significant hot streak for Ortiz. You go 30 games deep. He's hitting over .330 in his last 30 games. Brings up David Hamilton with 2 on, 1 away. Bottom of the order, delivering here against Bryce Miller.
Yeah, nice to have Joey. You know, you got Cooper Pratt on the injured list. You lose nothing at all at shortstop with Joey. Throw him over at third base. You got David Hamilton to play short. That's a luxury that Pat Murphy has. A lot of guys that can play shortstop. Bryce Terang. Not many teams are in that situation.
Loading up with shortstops and center fielders. They may not all play those positions in the major leagues, but that has been the draft and acquisition philosophy for the Brewers. By the way, Cooper Pratt is playing in a minor league game tonight in Appleton. Fortunately, the storms that we are enduring here have not affected play there, and that game is in progress. Pratt could be back as early as tomorrow. Sophia will have a good follow-up on that a little bit later. He's been down with a hamstring injury. But he's been working out on the field, doing all those baseball activities that shows you that he turns 22 today, by the way. 22-year-old legs are healing fast. Happy birthday, Cooper. 2 on, 1 out. And a little half swing, foul ball. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
It's amazing how young this Brewer team is. They're just going to get better.
Lara's only 21. Pratt just turning 22 today. There's the old man of the group, 22-year-old Jackson Churio. Another long inning. Brewers putting a big pitch count on another starting pitcher. Hamilton just does hang in there on the splitter.
That was a good one, right around the knees. Not a whole lot you can do with a pitch in that location, that splitter. The ones that hang up in the strike zone, much different situation.
That's his second disengagement right there. Two on, 1 out. Hamilton hangs tough.
Just wearing them out there. Just trying to lay the bat on the baseball, protecting against some pretty good pitches. That one not just at the knees, but on the outside corner. Maddening for a pitcher, making good pitches like that, but not putting a hitter away.
4 consecutive splitters. This is pitch number 7. Count is still 1-2. Hamilton fights that one off foul. How about these at-bats here?
Yeah. We're doing a good job making contact on these high fastballs.
20 pitches in the second inning. There's only 1 away.
96 above the zone. They're still able to get a bat on it.
See what Bryce Miller does here. Speed on the bags. They're ready to run. Hamilton over to third. Gloved by Donovan. He gets the out at second. No chance they get Hamilton.
And a little indecision at second base. Who he's going to throw to? Shortstop or second baseman. Had to double clutch on it. Not sure they would have been able to get Hamilton anyway.
The fielder's choice. 2 outs in the inning, but we go back to the top of the order.
Kind of took him a while to get rid of it over to second base. And way too late to get Hamilton at first.
Mariners shortstop is Brock Rodman. He is just arrived here from the minor leagues. He's only had 4 games. This is his 4th game in the big league, so a little bit of inexperience out there. Guy wearing number 90. Their talented young shortstop, Colt Emerson, is on the injured list with a wrist injury. Similar to Cooper Pratt, the Mariners signed Emerson to a long multi-year deal before he ever played a game in the majors.
Kind of the trend now, isn't it?
Mariners actually were going to send him down, made the transaction public that he was going to the minor leagues, and then discovered he had a wrist injury. So he was going back to AAA Thursday, and by Friday he was on the major league injured list.
At least he said he had a wrist injury. I'm sure he did.
So Rodman is here in the big leagues in his stead. Second time around now. Here's Bryce Terang, mound visit. First and third with 2 outs. Sophia had reported in Los Angeles that Terang's left knee never bothered him at the plate, which would lead you to believe he would have been available to pinch hit, and he kept saying he was. Pat Murphy, after each game, said, "We just don't want to use him. We just don't need it." That ball's in the air to right. He just missed it. Got jammed a little bit, and the inning is over. Brewers put a big pitch count on the starter Bryce Miller, but they come up empty in the second. It's 1-0.
Well, the 2 big pitches for Harrison throughout the year have been the slurve and the 4-seam fastball. This is StatCast brought to you by Google Cloud. You can see out of the same arm slot for Harrison, they raise his arm angle just a little bit to make those pitches look identical out of the hand. And that's really what makes that pitch so great. So any little deviation in the release point, that's called tipping pitches, and hitters are going to pick that up.
Those are the numbers, the pitch usage this year. Look at all those strikeouts with that combo of pitches, and that's really what has made the difference.
Yeah.
You mentioned they raised the arm angle a little bit to try to get those two pitches, at least the release, to equal one another.
They look the same until they get around the cutout, and that's what you want to do. You want to have hitters look at pitches look the same out of the hand, and then right at the last minute they change direction.
The H&H Car Wash over there, Hook and Henderson.
When you're talking about, pitch movement, late and quick is better than big and early. And the hitters will tell you that every time.
What a pitcher he's been. He's been the #2 pitcher the Brewers have had all year. Joey O comes in, plays it into a nice hop. See that little redirection by Joey Ortiz? That guaranteed he didn't get a shortstop. And he made that play easy on himself.
Yeah, they get themselves in position to throw, get that footwork going before they have the ball in their glove. That's the brilliance of guys like Joey Ortiz. Every shortstop in the big leagues has footwork like that. And they have to, because they have to get rid of that ball quickly.
The recognition and the footwork, the quickness to kind of see the whole scene. It goes unnoticed because he made it look routine, but what a player he is. What a shortstop.
Yeah, all that stuff, they work on it every day before the game.
Back to the top of the Mariners order. Brendan Donovan. One of their key acquisitions this offseason to try to bolster their lineup, get a little more on base percentage and some more pop. Only 3 homers, but he's missed a good chunk of the year. 3 months on the injured list with a groin injury. That's not normally an injury that shuts you down for 3 months, but Donovan just kept having these setbacks and could not get healthy and on the field. And Harrison gets the wave and the miss, got him on that slur. Just what you're talking about, partner. And there is strikeout number 4 for Kyle Harrison.
Yeah, it looks like a fastball out of his hand. And just about when he gets to the cutout around home plate, there it goes. A very late breaking curveball, slurve, if you will. Well located down out of the strike zone.
2 gone. Here is Randy Arozarena.
Aren't they calling the slurve the sweeper? I mean, I guess he can call it anything he wants, but
I mean, yeah, and that's actually one thing I like about, the StatCast keepers. Yeah. Whatever the pitcher wants to call it, they'll call it. Arozarena pops it up. What was that pitch, Rock?
That was a good slurve.
3 up, 3 down. Don't call it a sweeper.
I just started feeling comfortable calling it sweeper. Now it's a slurve.
We're back to the old days now.
What are we doing?
We got Kyle Harrison to thank. Well done, Kyle.
For your brain.
Hey, collect your own Jackson Cheerio Bowl giveaway at the Brewers game on Saturday, August 29th. That's courtesy of 620 WTMJ. Make sure you're one of the first 25,000 fans through the gates. Grab tickets at brewers.com/giveaway.
And look who's coming up. See, that's good producing right there.
Yeah.
Brent Reeland. We call him the Golden Boy for a reason.
Nothing by chance.
Jackson Cheerio will start it for Milwaukee here in the 3rd. Today's game produced by Brent Reeland, directed by Lindsay Clogier, and our outstanding staff and our crew here. Always love coming back to Milwaukee. One and one on Cheerio.
Good job in LA. You got 2 out of 3 out of 4. Well done.
Everybody told me to tell you hi. Oral Hershiser got a star on the Walk of Fame, a Hollywood star.
Very nice. The Bulldog.
Bulldog. I mean, you've hit a level of fame when you get a star on the Walk of Fame in LA.
Yeah.
Churio grounds out.
Great guy. Great guy.
He was asking why you weren't there, and then I just told him you weren't on the road trip. And the fact you weren't invited.
I saw that you FaceTimed me while I was having dinner with my grandkids.
Yeah. I did. Thanks for picking up.
Yeah.
Rocco's wearing his credential, which was odd. And turns out that's where his family makes him put his keys.
Yeah, my keys are around my neck.
And he's got the clapper on there too. It's like
I got this little thing I could open my car door with. So
he's got a he puts it around his neck, not in his pocket, around his neck so he doesn't forget it.
it's a lot of keys. I don't want to stick it in my pocket. You and Johnny Q Reynolds, huh?
Man,
That was quite a treat. That was nice.
That was the best laugh I had all weekend.
Really nice. Yeah.
Rock, what are you doing with your credential on in a restaurant with your grandkids? No, it's my keys.
This is my car keys.
Was your wallet taped to your shoe?
No, it's got a chain on it though. No, I'm kidding.
0-2 to Bowers, and down he goes. He's human. Bowers had reached base in 8 of his last 9 plate appearances before that strikeout.
Got him on a knuckle curve. Hasn't thrown many of those. What, 2?
Here is Contreras now. By the way, while we're naming pitches, I don't believe in the knuckle curve. I don't think that's an accurate thing.
They dig the fingernail in the laces.
A spike curve.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Bert Hooton used to throw a real knuckle curve.
Well, who's responsible for naming these pitches?
I know,
Not me.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
I don't name the pitches, and I don't name the time of the game either. As much as you'd like to tell people that I do.
Help desk at Brewers.com if you want to get let Rock know.
Pick me. You know how many times I hear that?
You know what? We'll get a graphic together with your cell phone. We'll put that up in a minute. Then they can just call you directly.
It's all random.
I don't know where knuckle curve came from.
Bert Hooton?
Well, no, he threw a knuckle curve.
Yeah.
Like both fingernails dug into the ball, and he pushed the ball forward in a top spin rotation. That is a knuckle curve. The
Tumbled,
one they're calling a knuckle curve nowadays is with the index finger dug into the ball, which
spike
is
curve.
a spike
You're right.
curve.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be fewer letters.
What Don Sutton used to throw.
He threw a spike curve, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it was just known as a curveball. What's it matter how you throw it? Adam Wainwright threw a spike curveball, but it was just a curveball.
You're preaching to the choir.
I know. I think we're getting old.
You think?
2-2 to Contreras. A foul ball. Count stays at 2-2. Contreras with a base hit in the first. No RBI. That was eventually scored as an error on Raleigh. Two and two. And Contreras spoils another one foul. Miller giving up just the one run. It was unearned, but the Brewers do have 4 hits. And look at that pitch count on that scoreboard right there. 53 pitches. And we're in the 3rd inning. And down he goes. There's a good curveball. Back-to-back Ks for Miller. 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd. Best inning yet for Bryce Miller. 1-0 Brewers. We go to the 4th inning. You scored a free scoop of fresh frozen custard. Visit culvers.com/brewers to sign into delicious rewards and redeem your free scoop of fresh frozen custard with any order through tomorrow at participating Wisconsin Culver's locations. Kyle Harrison back to work. Picked up a strikeout in the third inning, which earned you that custard. First ball swinging by Canzone. Harrison there for Bowers.
Yeah, good job getting over there quickly. And then he hit to the right side. Pitcher's responsibility, get over there quickly. And Bowers able to feed him the baseball before he got to first base. Catch the ball, then look for the bag. Executed perfectly.
One pitch, one out. Here's Julio Rodriguez. Both starters about the same pitch count here through the first 3 innings. Bryce Miller just had an efficient third. His first 3 up, 3 down frame. Harrison has retired 5 in a row now as Rodriguez takes a ball. Swing and a miss. Interesting. Rodriguez has had some trouble with the fastball.
And he took one his first time up right down the middle of the plate.
That was right down the middle too. And he swung right through it. Harrison with 4 strikeouts. And he goes. Went upstairs with a fastball. Rodriguez strikes out.
Just not seeing it, is he? A lot of check swings right there. I mean, that pitch clearly up out of the zone. A lot of mileage on that fastball in the mid-90s. Straight as a string, couldn't hold up. Strike 3. He's got looking and now swinging.
Josh Naylor with 2 away, grounded out on the pull side his first at bat. And there's a strike. Again, a fastball down the middle. It does lead you to believe that the Mariners are hunting off speed. These are fastballs right down the middle that major leaguers usually don't let go by.
Guessing, the dangers of guessing, right?
There's another one on the edge, and it's a strike, and it's 1-2.
It's one thing to guess. It's another thing to guess with 2 strikes. That's not advisable. A lot of guys do it.
Harrison 5 Ks, 1 walk, 2 outs in the 4th. And he got him, strikes him out on that breaking ball. 7 in a row for Kyle Harrison. 6 strikeouts. He gets 2 in the 4th. 1-0 Brewers. We go to the home 4th. Yelich, Lara, and Mitchell coming up.
1-0 lead. Brewers and Mariners here at American Family Field. The Brewers' wives are busy all season long, and they've got a big event coming up here this weekend for the Brave Series, joined by 2 of them, Natalie Zastrisny and Lauren Bowers. And Natalie, we'll start with you. Just what are the wives planning for the weekend series against the Braves?
So the mystery bag event is an annual event we do every single year. You can come and donate $50, card only, and you get a free, or not a free, sorry. You get a memorabilia signed mystery bag
with a baseball signed by one of our current players.
Yes, and so what can you tell us? It's coming up on Saturday, right, Lauren? And just where can fans find these, and how many are there? Will there be?
This event is Saturday, August 22nd at AmFam, and we will be stationed all over the stadium. We have over 900 baseballs and $50, and you get a mystery ball signed by one of our players.
And these mystery bags go to a great cause to help support the Brewers Community Foundation. And Natalie, how does this go to help support BCF?
It goes to all of our Brewers foundations, our nonprofit organizations, which is really amazing. So you guys come on out, bring your $50, and you get a free or signed baseball. I keep saying free, but it's a signed baseball by all your active Brewer players.
All right, it should be a lot of fun, guys. This is always one of the best events that the wives do here. And again, more than 900 of them available. They go fast, so make sure you get in there.
Really early.
As soon as the gates open, get in here and get one of these mystery bags.
I mean, it's free with a big donation. That's the bottom line.
You're right. I mean,
makes it free.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong. She had it right. Appreciate them and their efforts. There's a big chopper to third. Nice play by Donovan. Laura is out.
And Brewers wives stay very active in the community, just like the players. Big part of the Brewer family.
Is there a fantasy camp opportunity in that auction?
A free one?
Well, not free, one that you donate and then you get free.
Actually, in the big charity auction that the Brewers have later this year, there is one in there.
Okay, good. That's the ultimate auction.
And that's the only way you can get into fantasy camp now because it's sold out.
Doors are closed.
Yeah, we're on a waiting. We have a waiting list. There's like 30 on the list.
Here's Garrett Mitchell, takes a strike. I saw you had a lot of your fantasy campers out of the ballpark today.
Yeah, part of the package is we had a game last Monday, or Tuesday rather. Their fantasy camp game on the field here at American Family Field, and tonight they got introduced before the game.
One of the perks.
The gift that keeps on giving.
And you get Rock's cell phone when you're a fantasy.
Yeah, and then yesterday they had the Club 101, which is a charitable arm of Brewers Fantasy Camp. We had a golf outing at Broadlands yesterday.
Nice. He's just doing good things, Rock.
Yeah.
Fantasy camp's always been a hit. I've been twice, and it was awesome. Nobody puts on a fantasy camp like Bill Schroeder.
There's a spot for you if you want to come back.
That shoulder still hurts. That was 11 years ago. No, it's a lot of fun. Had a blast. Had a couple of my high school teammates join me for that particular year. I struck them both out, by the way. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Just for the record.
Is that one of the guys that I told drill you at one time?
Yeah.
You were hitting really well.
Yeah, he stuck me in the ribs.
I said, I know one thing. If I had a guy hitting like that, I'd knock him off the plate.
Took one right in the rib cage.
Yeah.
Didn't even leave a mark. He's a little tapper. Donovan over on the shift. Low throw. Mitchell is out. That was a close play. Nice play by Naylor. Boy, Mitchell got out of the box quick. See if the Brewers want to challenge this. They're taking a look at video and no challenge. And that's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And that is 8 in a row retired by Bryce Miller. It's 1-0 Brewers. We go to the 5th. One nothing Brew Crew as we head to the 5th inning. Kyle Harrison pitching a gem once again. 9-3 record with a 2.99 ERA. He's gone 4 in this one against the Mariners. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He's retired 7 straight. And he's on top of his game right now, partner. The leadoff double in the first is the lone Mariner hit. Stranded a runner at third in that inning. Only other base runner was a 2-out walk in the second.
Yeah, been basically 2 pitches, right? Hadn't thrown too many change-ups, if any. Fastball slurve. Locating well. Mariners having a tough time laying off that high fastball tonight.
Quickly 0-2. And did he go? He did. That's a strikeout as Cole Young cannot check his swing.
Ramon DeJesus ringing him up at third base.
3 consecutive strikeouts for Harrison. He's got 8 in a row now.
Not designed to be a strike. Don't need to throw a strike. See if he chases, and he does.
And a good pick back there by Contreras. First pitch fastball for a strike against Cal Raleigh. Raleigh drew the walk in the second on 4 pitches, uncharacteristic of Harrison. And then he jumps ahead of him 0-2. Nasty breaking ball.
Don't you figure at some point this guy's going to break out of it?
Well, let's hope it is after this series.
I know the Mariners have been waiting all season for it, but man, 60 homers last year. 60's not a fluke.
And elite catching to hit 60 homers. Catching most every day. Very similar to Contreras. When he doesn't catch, he DHs. But To go through the rigors of a major league season and catch and still hit 60.
Yeah.
Never been done. Never been done by a switch hitter. Never been done by a catcher. And let's hope he gets real hot come Friday.
He was in the World Baseball Classic, had a rough time of it there. So it started out poorly for Cal Raleigh. Has not been able to get it together.
1-2 pitch, and down he goes. Harrison with that nasty breaking ball. Man, he is on a strikeout run right now. 4 consecutive Ks, 9 straight batters set down. Here's a message from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team. Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook, your sport, our stadium.
2-men are out. Here's Victor Robles. Developing into a pitcher's duel right now. Bryce Miller has retired 8 straight. Brewers had a big pitch count going against Miller. He has been efficient in his last 2 innings. It's gotten him back in the ball game, at least for a long outing. Brewers will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up in the 5th. It'll be 3rd time through the batting order. Harrison can get through the 5th down at the bottom of the order without having the 3rd time around. Remember the Brewers' old pitching coach Rick Kranitz. That was always a big deal for him to not face that leadoff hitter for a 3rd time until at least the 6th inning. Oof, Harrison, big fastball, and it's 3-2 on Robles.
A 3-1 count, just a crazy wild swing. Just not picking it up out of his hand very well.
Full count, 2 outs. And Robles draws the walk. Second walk. And the first base runner since Cal Raleigh walked in the 2nd. So it'll be the number 9 hitter, Brock Rodden. Just his 4th day in the big leagues. Made his debut in Houston on Friday. Had 3 hits in the series with the Astros. He's one of their better prospects. He's played at a utility role in the minor leagues. 3rd, short, mostly. But he's one of their top 20 prospects. 2 years ago, he was a Gold Glove Award winner in the minor leagues. The question has been, will he be able to hit? And he certainly has. Had a good year offensively in the minor leagues, at 840 OPS in AAA this year.
Yeah, AAA is one thing, major leagues is another.
Chris Hook out to kind of calm down Harrison.
And if you think about it, I mean, these young kids for the Mariners, I mean, Rodney, he's jumping into a pennant race, right? I mean, I know they're under 500, but they're still in a hunt for the division and the wild card. Pressure at bats for all these guys.
From Tacoma to the big leagues. Chad Patrick starting to loosen. Panels and roof closed tonight. It is very hot and humid inside American Family Field when it is like this. That is up the middle. Slow roller. Ortiz lays out for it. Maybe keeps Robles at second base. And Rodden has another base hit, his 4th hit in as many games in the majors.
It was a jam shot, and you know they had Ortiz over toward the hole. Long way to go for him to go get it. You can see where he's playing. That one's off the handle. Put in a pretty good spot, and no play on anybody.
So here's Brendan Donovan. Runners go. Throw is to second, and the catch and tag. Not in time.
Well, what a play by Ortiz. That was a short hop.
Ortiz is confident he got the tag on him.
Yeah, he thinks he got him on the foot.
Pat Murphy will let you know he's waiting word from his replay crew. And he says challenge. Just got that one in the nick of time. And the Brewers will take a look at this.
Going to be close.
Wintrust replay review. Crew chief Adrian Johnson.
Milwaukee's challenging the safe call to second base.
Yeah, they got him. Everybody for the Brewers walking off the field. This is going to be quick.
Oh yeah, got him on the elbow right there. Joey Ortiz.
What a play.
Is he a magician out there or what?
Yes, he is.
That is not an easy ball to pick. Got him right on the foot. He knew it.
Brewers are walking off the field. Umpires haven't decided yet.
They're confident.
Got him on the foot before the tag or the hand got to the base.
It's in the hands of the replay crew in New York, in New York City.
Seattle pitchers out there.
Adrian Johnson awaiting word. And the what is taking so long question is
the Mariners are on the field. The Brewers are off the field. What's the holdup?
Kyle Harrison has to wait. He has to have his hand and glove checked, which they won't do until it's officially the end of the inning. Okay.
He gets him on the foot before the hand gets to the bag. I don't know what the holdup is.
Maybe they're in a break.
Maybe they can't find anybody to look at the replay.
Food delivery. There's the replay room. They're all scrambling now.
All right, get somebody on it.
Here we go.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Milwaukee will retain their challenge.
Yep. Concur. William Contreras with his 22nd caught stealing, the most in the major leagues, and it ends the inning as the Mariners were threatening with their leadoff hitter at the plate. Well, the wizardry of Joey O snags Contreras, another caught stealing. And Ortiz leads off, shows bunt, takes a ball. Ortiz had a base hit. He jumped on top of a high fastball in the second inning, laced it to center field. Brewers looking for base runners right now because Bryce Miller has dialed it in. You know, he had a start against the Brewers a couple of years ago, Rock. He went 7 shutout here at American Family Field 2 seasons ago. And he's pitching more like his first 9 starts this year. As he hits the bowl on one. They called that one a sweeper, Rock.
Yeah, is that right? That was a sweeper and not a slurve.
Two balls and a strike. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Ortiz takes a ball, 3-1 now. There is double barrel action. Actually, it's just drawing now, throwing in the Brewers bullpen. Brewers are still in a 6-man rotation, but they're doing a little leapfrog of their rotation. But it is Drowan who comes out of the rotation and is available in the bullpen today.
Drowan's been good as a starter.
6-man rotations are tough to piece bullpens together when you do that. But most of these pitchers coming up now are only used to 6-man rotations. In the minor leagues, the way the schedule operates, every Monday is an off day, and then you play the next 6 days. So most organizations have 6 starting pitchers. So they get to the big leagues, and you really can't do that because you're limited in the number of relievers you can have, number of pitchers you can have, 13 and 13. Big chopper to Donovan. And there's out number 1. Thunderstorms outside, but it's setting up an interesting sunset out there. Drone cam has a shot of it. UW Credit Union bringing us drone cam tonight. Normally drone is an outside dog, but we let him in. Let him inside today with all the storms.
When it's inclement weather. Or is it the drone operator doesn't want to be outside?
I mean, we should find a spot for the drone operator. The production crew kind of like shoos that person out.
He is outside of the production truck, but he is under a tarp, like a tent.
Yeah, like they should let him sit in your truck.
Pretty close to his
spot.
spot.
You're parked right by there. He could sit in your truck, have the game on. There's Mike. We brought him inside. He's all right. He's all right tonight. He's normally an outside dog as himself.
It's a pretty high pressure job, isn't it, the drone?
There's a lot of things to run a drone into, but that's why Mike's a professional. We trust him. Hamilton, slow roller up the middle, going to be a tough play, and Hamilton beats it out.
Yeah, not able to get anything on the throw. Did a good job getting there, but no chance to get the speedy David Hamilton at first base. He is one of the fastest guys in the big leagues, and really no contest. Yep, base hit as soon as off the bat.
Well, Brewers needed that. Nine in a row set down by Miller. And now it's Turang, third time around. The way Drowan is throwing in the bullpen, it certainly would lead you to believe that Harrison is out. 5 innings on a very hot, humid night inside with the roof closed. Yeah, he's done. Pitchers don't sit up there on the rail unless they're done for the day. Shows bunt. Turang thrown to second base, and Hamilton somehow keeps a finger on the bag.
That was a heck of a throw by Cal Raleigh. I didn't think they had a chance. I mean, as fast as Hamilton is, sliding to the outfield side of the bag, but Cal Raleigh's throw made it awfully close.
No challenge. Hamilton with his 23rd stolen base.
Good job by Turang faking the bunt to keep the catcher back a little bit. Yep, safe.
That was very close.
Dan Wilson, the manager, used to catch. Pretty good one, too.
Yeah, he was an all-star. He's one of their all-time players. They just had their 50th anniversary celebration on their last homestand on Seattle's favorite Sons. And now Turang draws a walk. So the Brewers turning this into an inning now. 2 on, 1 out, and here comes Churio. Ball 4 presented by Falco. First walk of the game to go along with 5 hits. And Churio, who's 0 for 2, steps into a spot here. Hamilton takes off. Both runners take off. Turang behind him, and a double steal. Hamilton got a huge jump.
Yeah, that's good base running, not just by David Hamilton to get the jump, but the trailing runner has to make sure that the guy going to third goes all the way and just doesn't fake it. Look at Turang, and he knows right away. You can see the way he was taking his lead, eyeballing Hamilton, and gets in there with no throw.
3 steals this inning. And Churio waves and misses at a curveball. Hamilton's got 24 steals now. Turang has 17 to go along with 16 homers. He's got a chance at a 2020 season this year. Churio into center field. That is down, a base hit. Hamilton will score, and the Brewers add to their lead. It's 2-0.
Yeah, that was kind of no man's land for Bryce Turang. Not sure if he was going to be able to catch it out in center field. He had to hold up, and once it did hit the ground, too late to go to third base. So unusual play, but a good job by Turang to not go to third base. He would have been an easy out. Check it out. He wasn't sure. Had to go back, and by that time, too late to get to third.
RBI single for Jackson Chourio. And now a meeting at the mound. Pete Woodworth, Mariners pitching coach. Jake Bauers is coming up. That'll give us a chance to hear a message from Gruber Law Offices.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Call Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Well, this is the man the Brewers want at the plate. Been the best hitter all year collectively, and Bauers, who had 4 hits and a walk on Sunday, 1 out of 2 with a double and a run scored tonight.
Leading the team in homers and runs batted in.
Turang speed at second, Chourio great speed at first. 2-0 Brewers in the 5th. Bauers takes a ball, a splitter in the dirt. Bauers' walk rate has been impressive too during this 20-game on base streak. He's got 15 walks and only 13 strikeouts. More walks than strikeouts during this streak.
He's top 5 in the National League in on base percentage.
One out in the inning. And that one is low. A sinker misses. Bauers got the count 3-0. He's not a guy that swings often 3-0. If there ever was a moment, it would be now. He's 4th in OPS in situations like this with runners in scoring position. Green light or no? Let's see. There's an inside move.
They just didn't like the pitch. There's no chance that Turang's going to try and steal. Not on the 3-0 pitch.
That pitch clock was winding down. Jose Ferrer in the bullpen. Bauers does green light it, and he fouls it away.
Swing at ball 4.
Simpson joining Ferrer. 2 lefties. Big spot here for the Brewers. They lead 2-0. And Bauers takes ball 4. Bases are loaded. Contreras coming up.
And these lefties getting ready for Yelich, who's on deck.
Manager Wilson got no choice but to play matchup here with Contreras. Bases loaded, 1 out. He takes a ball. On the year with the bases loaded, Contreras is 4 for 12. Does have a sac fly in his last 5 opportunities, but hitless. Two balls, no strikes. It was a big moment for Contreras. He was fighting it hard. One of the worst slumps of his career, and he popped a 2-run home run Saturday at Dodger Stadium. A pair of 2-run homers in that game. Ortiz and Contreras needed that one. That's a strike. 2-1. Close pitch.
Didn't have to be.
Bryce Miller deals. Contreras, a shot to left. Going to be caught by Rosarena. Chourio's got to hustle back in to score. is Terang on a sac fly.
There you go. You got him on one of those curveballs. He lines it out there to left. Rosarina able to make the catch. Good base running though. By Terang to get back to second base. Or I should say Churio, because that's where Rosarina was trying to get him.
That would have taken the run off the board if he had thrown him out at second. But Churio back and Terang scores, and it's a sac fly for Contreras. 3-0 Brewers now. Here's Yelich, and Dan Wilson's going to stick with Bryce Miller here. Probably has more to do with the kind of year that Yelich has had. How many managers are going to let a right-hander ride with Yelich in a spot like this?
And not normally, right?
It's a game-breaking moment right now. Yelich 0 for 2 against Miller, a strikeout and a groundout. Numbers are down across the board. He's hoping to find it. Brewers need him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside move again. Again, that pitch clock was ticking down.
Just a little indecision out there.
Yelich had an opposite field homer on the road trip in San Diego. Fly ball, right center. Deep, Robles on the run. He looks up. There she goes. Christian Yelich brings them to their feet once again. A 3-run home run. 6-0 Brewers. Vintage Yelly. Oh, the walk down that gauntlet for Yelich has to feel good.
Yeah.
And Dan Wilson will make the change. 1 batter too late. Christian Yelich makes him pay. It's 6-0 Brewers.
Rec TV.
Pretty easy call right here. Toyota drive of the game. Christian Yelich with a game-changing moment here in the 5th inning, partner.
Yeah, split-finger fastball up in the zone. Yelly able to get a good swing on a 1-1 pitch. Well, you talk about needing some success. Christian Yelich able to drive that one out of here and put some distance between the Brewers and the Mariners. A no-doubter to right center.
Hit off the facing of the Toyota territory out there.
Good to see Contreras. Yelich starting to swing the bats. Both of them combined 5 RBIs tonight.
Here's Luis Lara. Bases empty, 2 outs now. Well, what an inning for the Brewers. But another crooked number on the board. 5-run inning. Josh Simpson is the new pitcher. Dan Wilson had 2 left-handers warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And didn't have a lefty ready for Bowers, I don't think.
Too little, too late in this inning. Talk about a game-changing decision. Leaving the right-hander who's been throwing a bunch of pitches. He hangs a splitter and he knocks it out of here.
And more road troubles for Bryce Miller, who was pitching beautifully. Had given up just the 1 unearned run. And at one point had retired 8 straight. Actually retired 9 in a row at one point. But since that time, the Brewers went hit, walk, sac fly, and a 3-run homer. The dreaded 3rd time through the batting order.
Yeah, another big crooked number for the Brewers offense. They have a way, don't they? It's uncanny the big numbers they can put up.
Well, you get a good lead like this to the back half of the game, that can have a great effect on tomorrow and the next day and how you run your bullpen tonight. Frees up a manager. The Brewers don't play a lot of games like this where they have these big leads on teams, but Sunday they got out to a nice lead on the Dodgers.
Just got to keep going, keep the pressure on. Never have enough.
Lara stays alive. Turns around, hits right-handed for the first time. Backhanded by Rodden. Well, he's got a good arm, doesn't he? Makes a play to end the inning. What an inning it was, though. The Brewers put a 5 spot on the board. And Christian Yelich, his 9th home run of the year. 3-run blast off the facing of the Toyota territory. Big crowd cheering loud for their man, Christian Yelich. Well, Kyle Harrison, his night is over on a hot, humid night inside with the roof closed. Rod, what a performance, though. 5 scoreless innings and 8 strikeouts.
It was like the invisible fastball. The Mariners just couldn't pick it up and not make a lot of contact. Only 2 hits, one of them an infield hit, the leadoff double by Donovan to start the game, but he was brilliant. 8 punch-outs, 2 walks, no runs for Harrison tonight.
Gruber Law Offices, 1 call, that's all called to the pen. It'll be Shane Drowan in a piggyback role here, a starter turn reliever.
They made a start against the Dodgers in LA back on the 13th. 5 1/3, 3 runs. He's been really good.
Drowan pitched well enough to win that game. Brewers didn't give it much offensive support in LA. And I'm sure he'll be toggling back and forth between the pen and the rotation. Brewers do have some off days coming up now. They don't have any more stretches like the one they just finished. That's 17 in a row. Rocky talked about it in the pregame show. It's not that it was just 17 in a row. It was back-to-back road trips to the West Coast.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I can't believe that Major League Baseball would put any team through that. But they did, and the Brewers were able to handle it pretty well.
And Drowan starts his night with a strikeout on a good breaking ball. There's Randy Arozarena. All as well. Foul ball off the mask. Arozarena's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. In there, good fastball. Like Chad Patrick, Drowan as a reliever, the stuff plays up a little, like it does with almost anyone. Shorter stints, more velo. Ow, that's a foul ball. I mean, right on the handle of the bat, I think. A knuckle buster.
Yeah. Surprised Arozarena didn't try and play for the hit batter.
Oh, you know, it hit the barrel of the bat on the follow through. Wow. Lazy little pop-up, foul territory. 2-men are out as we send it down to Sophia Minard.
And in this piggyback role, and part of that is just that, like all of these rookie pitchers, they are trying to be really mindful of the workload and the innings, especially for Shane Drowan. He pitched only 54 innings in the minor leagues last year with the Boston Red Sox. 15 games for him, 14 starts. He is well past that number. He is already over 98 innings here with the Major League team and a couple of starts down in Nashville. And remember, he was the anchor of this rotation in July. He led the team in starts and innings as there were a lot of injuries with Brandon Woodruff and Kyle Harrison on the injured list, Jacob Mizorowski getting more time off. So Shane Drowan's really been the one that hasn't had a break. So not surprising that they would make this kind of move. And Chris Hook said it's possible he could still make a start in that upcoming Braves series.
Good stuff, Sophia. Thank you. And
Yeah, got to keep be really mindful of these young pitchers, the innings that they're working, the pitch counts. You know, Harrison only threw 79 pitches. I would imagine he could have gone a little bit further, but again, take him out. He's got a 6-run lead, and keep him strong for the stretch run.
Canzone hits that one on the barrel. That is deep into left center. That is off the base of the wall. Dominic Canzone with a 2-out double. I would imagine that while Drowan is in the pen, and you know the adage in the bullpen, you got to be ready whenever. But I'm guessing because of his stature in the rotation, he was probably told he's going to piggyback with Harrison tonight. Like, you're preparing to pitch tonight.
Right. It's not like it was a surprise to him. I would imagine that was pretty well laid out.
Guessing that is not the case with the other relievers right now. Runner at second, 2 outs, and big curveball in on Julio Rodriguez.
And again, the pitch count, pretty strict pitch count for Harrison. Probably around 80, 85.
For Harrison, it's only his 3rd start back. Where he had a little scare in his pitching arm, shut him down. The MRI proved that he was sound, gave him a lot of confidence for Kyle Harrison coming back. Forearm tightness took Harrison out for about 3 weeks, also included the All-Star break, so he didn't miss as many games as normal. Rodriguez, that's a little flare left center. Over is Churio. He's got it. Flying across the outfield grass. Julio Rodriguez 0 for 3. Shane Drowan comes out, puts up a 0 in the 6th. Today. Game reset. Brewers lead 6-0 and a 5-run 5th inning. Harrison goes 5 scoreless with 8 Ks. Christian Yelich 3-run home run with 2 outs in the 5th. What a big blow that was. Turned a 3-0 game into a 6-0 game. Harrison and Drowan pitching well on the mound. Combined shutout through 6. And we play in the home half of the 6th inning now with Garrett Mitchell, Joey Ortiz, David Hamilton coming up. Still Josh Simpson on the mound. Got the last out in that 5th inning. Mitchell had a ringing single in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2. Speaking about players who carried the Brewers for a time, Garrett Mitchell certainly had his time in July.
He came up big late in games and big hits against lefties. Say nothing about his defense in center.
Most important stat for Garrett Mitchell is this is his 114th game. He's been healthy and available.
And this is what the Brewers expected, that this is what he's going to be able to do if he stayed healthy. First year so far that he's been able to do that.
Hard to believe this is game number 126 of the 162 game schedule. Hits that one sharply through a base hit. Garrett Mitchell with a multi-hit game.
Another hit against a lefty. Boy, Such a quick bat. That ball down and in. Lefties like it down there, and dropped the head of the bat on it and hit a rocket into right field. And check it out. Quick bat. Not a lot of movement. Barrel to baseball. Head down. Perfect swing. Nice short stroke.
Leadoff base runner for Joey Ortiz. Two 2-0 the count on the Brewers shortstop.
That breaking ball and 2-0.
Cooper Pratt is due back soon. He'll resume the shortstop duties. Ortiz bat really took off when he lost his shortstop job to the rookie and started playing more third base. He draws a walk second time on for Ortiz. First and second, nobody out against Simpson. Again, the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9 in the Brewers lineup tonight, responsible for 4 hits and 1 walk.
Yeah. But Joey really did respond well to Cooper Pratt coming up. I mean, Pat Murphy called him in, said he was coming up, and that you're still going to be a big part of things, and that was pretty well the defining time for Joey Ortiz. He started hitting as soon as Pratt showed up.
Ortiz is a spiritual man. He's a philosopher, and he said, hey, wherever I'm needed, I'm here. I'm in the big leagues.
Yep.
And I'm here to produce, and that's my job. And wherever I play, nothing is given to me. There's no entitlement, and that's easy to say, hard to do, especially when you've been a starter for the last few years, whether it be third base or shortstop. But boy, he has taken off.
But the reason that he stayed in the lineup even through his struggles because of his superb defense. Can't find a better shortstop or third baseman in the big leagues than Joey Ortiz.
Hamilton had an infield hit, started the rally in the 5th. Infield hit, then he stole 2 bases. Hamilton drives one right center. That's got some carry. It is gone. David Hamilton sends one out of here. It's another 3-pointer for the Brew Crew. Their second 3-run homer. And this time from David Hamilton, his 4th of the year.
That's about as far as we've seen David hit a baseball. You talking about turning on one, huh? Yikes. 99 miles off an hour off the bat on a 1-0 fastball. Check it out. Lefty versus lefty. Nice short stroke. Barrels it up. See ya. 9-zip Brewers. Man.
3-run homers in back-to-back innings. And a team that frequents the crooked inning club more than just about any team in baseball, scoring 3 or more runs, and the 3-run home run. It's wild for a team who is dead last in home runs in the majors to have the volume of 3-run homers, and a team that doesn't have a grand slam this year, the Brewers.
Yeah. Yankees don't have a grand slam. That's a surprise, right?
It's only the second career left-on-left home run in David Hamilton's run in the big leagues. 2 years ago, he had a homer against Brock Burke. That was as a member of the Red Sox. Now Terang draws the walk. 4 consecutive batters, 2 walks, 2 hits, and the rout is on here in Milwaukee. 21 3-run homers this year. That's top 5 in all of baseball for a team that's dead last in total homers. They make them count.
They get a lot of guys on base, right? Walks, infield hits.
Jackson Chourio takes a strike.
And no activity in that Mariners bullpen, or is there? Somebody ready?
Still nobody out. Chourio takes a ball. The Brewers needed a game like this.
There you go. Somebody getting loose.
Chourio fouls one away.
The unwritten rules in baseball is no stolen bases, no bunts for base hits. You don't swing at 3-0 pitches when you have a big lead like this. You think that still holds?
I think it does at this point.
Yeah.
But 6-0, all bets are off. 9-0,
right.
a little different.
Right, 9-0, no steals. I'm surprised they're holding Terang on.
Feels like you'd be stat stuffing. Terang's also been bothered by that left knee injury. Might be a good chance to get Terang off his feet here in this game.
Yeah.
A swing at a miss. Chourio strikes out. First out of the inning.
That was a good curveball.
Brings up Jake Bauers. Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard. Bauers sits at the top with 21. Chourio, then Terang. Contreras hit number 12 on Saturday. A small part of the Brewers' offense, home runs.
And just the opposite of what the Mariners rely on. They rely heavily on the home run ball. The Brewers do not. But they have tonight.
Yelich and Hamilton with 3-run homers. Bauers doubled and scored in the first of that wild sequence where he knocked the ball out of Cal Raleigh's mitt and then scrambled back to the plate before Raleigh could recover the ball and get a tag on him. An error on Raleigh. That's how the Brewers scored their first run in the first inning. And then a 5-run explosion in the 5th. 3 more here in the 6th. Bauers has been on twice. There's a high drive. That one's not coming back. Bauers goes big fly. It is 11-0 as Jake Bauers off a lefty hits number 22.
None of these 3 home runs have been wall scrapers, have they? And that one there, the furthest of them all.
Dan Wilson on his way to the mound. Brewers just unloading with back-to-back 5-run innings. Still only one out here in the 6th, and Jake Bauers continues to be a monster story in 2026. Jake Rakes set up the new matchup when we come back. Jake Bauers is on another level right now. He is having his best year as a big leaguer. Continues to dominate left-handed pitching.
Yep, a spinner that didn't do a whole lot, and Jake able to knock that one into the second deck out and right. 22nd home run on the year. You know, Bauers has reached in 10 of his last 12 plate appearances. I mean, that's pretty hot, isn't it? I mean, not just base hits, but walks. He's got good plate discipline. He's playing at a different level right now.
Home run, a double, and a walk tonight. He scored 3 runs. On base 3 out of 4 trips to the plate. Nick Davila on the mound for the Mariners. 11-0. Brewers have had very few games like this year. Their largest margin of victory was 16-2 over the Giants. Had a couple of 13-run games against Arizona. Had 11 runs against Colorado at Coors. A team that grinds out games and wins close games and low-scoring games typically.
Right.
They have unleashed here in the last 2 innings.
Relies on their bullpen late games. Not scoring a whole lot of runs. Don't need a whole lot of runs. What is it? 4 runs is the magic number for the Brewers this year to get wins.
All credit to a brilliant pitching staff.
Catcher's challenging the pitch.
Raleigh's going to challenge this.
I was overturned. It's a strike. Yeah, that's 2 challenges remaining.
2-2. Contreras had a sac fly his last time up. He has a single tonight as well. And that is a foul tip into the middle Raleigh for a strikeout. 2 outs in the inning.
I see a lot of sliders from this guy. 65% of his pitches are sliders. You see when the Brewers scored 4 or more runs. Not a bad record, huh? 64-10.
Wow. Again, you see a record like that and you immediately
pitching.
Think about how good the pitching is. Just takes form.
Yep.
Yelich, 3-run homer in the 5th. That was the game-changing moment. Davila, 23rd appearance. He's a 27-year-old rookie.
Run average just a tick over 4. A lot of sliders, as I mentioned. Not a hard thrower by today's standards.
On his way through a long run in the minor leagues. Started with the Tigers. Gets a chance in the big leagues this year. Two-two to Yelich. 2 outs in the inning. Ground ball to second base. And Young makes a play to end the inning. But another 5 spot on the board for the Brewers. Double nickel in the 5th and the 6th. David Hamilton with a 3-run homer. Jake Bauers sends one out of here. His 22nd of the year. 11-0 Brewers after 6. For every Brewers RBI, the Northwestern Mutual Foundation is funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers are proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. A lot of changes for the Brewers here. It's got the feel of a spring training game right now, getting some everyday players off their feet. Shane Drohan continues on the mound. Andrew Vaughn takes over at first for Bauers. That's a good day's work for Jake. 2 for 3 with a walk, double and a homer. See Lockridge in left field for Churio. And Jonathan Ornelas takes over for Terang. These are all straight up changes. They'll hit in those exact spots in the batting order. Only player left on the bench is Gary Sanchez. It's a ground ball to first. Vaughn makes the play. He steps on the bag, and Josh Naylor is retired.
Ball finds you then. He's just in the game. A tough chance down the line. And makes that play easily. Well, with the off day yesterday, the guy's able to get 3 innings off their feet. So take every opportunity to do that if you're Pat Murphy at this point in the season.
One away. Here is Cole Young. Gary Sanchez was having some fun with Pat Murphy the other day. He says, hey, I'm trying to play 5 more years here. I can't be playing this much. You got me playing every day. He was joking, but he has played a lot. I'm sure Murph asked him, you want to go in this game right now? And Sanchez, why don't you keep me just in case?
That's okay. I'm okay. I'm good.
Don't want to burn both catchers.
Bench me or trade me, one of those things.
Ground ball to short. Ortiz. Look at this guy. Man, that is so good.
I mean, he makes that play look so easy. There's so many difficult things about that play. Going hard into the hole, gets himself in position as he's catching the baseball, still throwing off balance. Sidearm right on the money. That's our Aurora Healthcare defensive play of the game. Joey Ortiz gets it by a couple of steps.
Crossbody with that kind of velocity on the throw.
Yeah, don't try that at home. Yeah, that's a big league play.
Cal Raleigh with 2 outs.
It's not quite circle worthy though. I mean,
really,
you expect Joey to make those kind of plays.
Well, you made it your defensive play of the game.
Yeah, well, not every defensive play of the game is circle worthy.
It's good philosophy. What about the pick by Joey O on the caught stealing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cal Raleigh draws another walk on 4 pitches. That's the second time he's walked with 4 consecutive balls. Harrison did that as well in the second. So Drawn gives up a base runner here with 2 outs.
All 3 walks have come with 2 outs and nobody on. I guess you can get away with them if that's when they occur.
Victor Robles takes a ball. What was the last defensive play you circled? The Lara catch? Did you circle that one?
Oh yeah, that was a while ago. That was against the Twins.
Last homestand.
Yeah. I circled 2 of those.
Are you keeping an ongoing tally? The player with the most circles wins what?
What do they get? Nothing? Not a thing? Pat on the back?
A good old attaboy from The Rock.
I did tell Luis Laura how much fun it's been to watch him in right field this year. Down in the batting cage today.
Yeah. How'd he take it?
He didn't know who I was. Are you new here?
Security?
Nah, he knew. I introduced myself.
Yeah, of course he knows.
Yeah.
You're Bill Schroeder.
Yeah, right.
Everybody knows you.
Of course.
3-1 to Robles with a runner at first. And that is ball 4. So Drawn has let it slip just a bit here. Got 2 quick outs. And now back-to-back walks. Chris Hook on his way out. That bottom lip goes out. Chris Hook has something on his mind.
Yeah.
That's the thinking man's lip. Grant Anderson starting to stir in the Brewer bullpen.
And last couple of starts that Drowan's made, that was against the Twins and the Dodgers. Combined 7 walks in those 2 starts. I'd like to clean that up a little bit, particularly if you're going to be working out of the bullpen. You can't be walking guys coming out of the pen, especially late in the game.
Pitching in his second inning, Harrison went 5. 0 runs, 8 strikeouts. Only the 2 hits against Harrison. A double and an infield hit. Harrison's ERA drops to 2.84. So if the Brewers get to the finish line here, as they should, he'll go to 10-3 with a 2.84 ERA. And then the emergence of Logan Henderson, and that is a real big 3 in this Brewers starting rotation.
Boy, how good has he been? Logan Henderson, my goodness.
That was a clinic in LA on Sunday.
What a find he's been.
Brock Rodden fouls it off his foot. 0-2 the count on the rookie shortstop. Replacing a rookie shortstop in Colt Emerson. Two outs, 2 men on. Joan just getting the pitch count in. 2-2. Soft liner right to Ortiz. Got him right where he was standing almost. Snatched a little backhander. Inning is over. Shutout still intact. It's 11-0 Brewers.
Look inside American Family Field on our UW Credit Union drone cam. 11 runs on 10 hits for the Milwaukee Brewers here tonight. Here we're at the Gruber offices. One call, that's all Sports Desk. Stephen and Vinny getting set for Brewers post game. And Vinny, the offense still in the headlines, but it's really been a complete team win so far.
Yeah, doing it all tonight. Getting a great bounce back start from Kyle Harrison, going 5 innings to get 3 home runs in this one. Great defense as well. I'm sure the Seattle Mariners are thinking, we got no shot against this team the way they're playing baseball right now, especially that play from Joey Ortiz. How does Rock not give that a circle? Grading plays out like Don Money used to in the minor leagues.
I like
Rock,
it.
your rebuttal.
Hang on, there's a base hit to right. Lara turns on one. I mean, that sounded like Scout Vinny coming out on you.
You know what? I'm going to put a circle around it.
Yeah,
you know what? I mean, Vinny's shaming me. I got to put a circle.
Yeah.
There it is, Ben.
Can I show the people?
Circle.
Here's his. There's the circle right there.
There's circle. No
It's a
white
nice
out.
book.
Perfect.
It's a nice book that you have here.
Color coded.
Some games missing though. I don't see your keys in here anywhere.
The lanyard's in there though. It's the first time I think I've been shamed by Benny, so I'm going to put a circle.
Johnny Paredes will take over behind the plate. Weston Wilson, the former Brewer minor leaguer, over at third. Vinny sounded like the way those scouts used to talk to each other in the war room, you know, when they're talking about players and you got to stand up for yourself. How about Mitchell? Another base hit. It's a 3-hit game for Garrett. Slaps one to the opposite field, and the Brewers get another inning started here. 2 on, nobody out.
And really good opposite field hitting that time by Mitchell. That's the breaking ball. Another slider, curveball, whatever you want to call it. He's the inside outs it. Gets on top of it, lines it into left.
3 for 4, Garrett Mitchell. Brewers have 12 hits now. And Ortiz takes a ball. Joey O 1 for 2 with a walk. It's 1-2. I'm sure Joey O will be happy to know that he won the circle in Rock Scorebook.
He's had many circles this year. I don't think
been there before. You mean?
Yeah, I know. It's like the old Barry Sanders. Act like you've been there before.
I think he should come up with something special. A little rod and reel, maybe. Something for the effort.
So I give a season-ending circle award.
We go month by month. Season ending. I like all of that. Just as long as you get a sponsor on it, that's all that matters.
Can I submit it to the Brewers if I have to buy something?
I'm sure you can. When's the last time you bought anything, though? The bouncer to short. And the throw to second is in time. Good play over there by Rodden. Gets the lead out. First and third here. Fielder's choice for Ortiz. Here's David Hamilton. Maybe the finishing blow in this game. If it wasn't Yelich in the fifth, it certainly was Hamilton. 3-run home run in the sixth. He doesn't hit many. Number 4, though. Boy, it had a good sound.
Ball right down the middle of the plate and hammers it out of here with a gap.
Hamilton's first home run since June 6th. Homered in Colorado. Hamilton's going to go through his ups and downs at the plate. He brings a lot to the table. Plays multiple positions. The speed presence alone. You could imagine David in a postseason scenario as a runner off the bench if he's not in the starting lineup. That's a huge weapon to have. There aren't many players in the big leagues faster than Hamilton.
Right. Excellent bunter if you need to drop one down.
It's all those little details that can change the arc of a postseason series.
And how many good bunters are there in the big league these days?
Not
right?
many.
Not many.
They used to be all pitchers.
That's why managers don't ask guys to bunt. If you think about it, I mean, these guys coming up, they've always been the best players on their team, right? High school, college, minor leagues, never have been asked to bunt, correct? Big run producers. You get to the big leagues, all of a sudden, drop down a bunt. It's kind of foreign to them. As much as you work on it before the game, you get the pitching machine out there dropping down bunts. So much different at game speed.
He's got 12 bunt hits this year. That's best in the majors. Full count. And he spoils that one foul. He's also good for a proper battle at the plate. He puts together some long at-bats. A lot of foul balls like that.
Good hand-eye coordination just to foul off a tough pitch like he just did.
From San Marcos, Texas. Played his college ball at the University of Texas. Hits that one on the barrel, base hit. Hamilton's got another RBI. Make it a 4 RBI game for David Hamilton. It's his 3rd hit of the game. And look at the bottom of the order shine tonight. 12-0 Brewers here in the 7th inning.
And just another really good approach by a Brewer here. Opposite field. I mean, David Hamilton, he earned that one, didn't he? Check it out. Fastball going away from him. If he tries to pull it, it's going to be a 4-3 put out. Just out of the reach of Rodden out there. Career high 4 RBIs for Hamilton. And the Brewers add on.
So it'll be Brandon Lockridge. So they're not straight up changes. Lockridge in Terang spot. Hope you're keeping your scorebook in pencil, not pen. Andrew Vaughn will hit next. God bless you if you're keeping a scorebook at home right now.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a fun scorecard. It's clean on the Mariners lineup side and a busy mess on the Brewers side.
The last 3 innings, there's been a lot of activity on the bases for the Brewers.
Two on, 1 out for Lockridge. Right back to the mound, and the throw goes over the head of Rodden. And this game could not be going any worse for the Mariners. Lockridge will reach.
It's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back right there. I mean, you got to step and throw. Try to get rid of it too quickly to maybe turn the double play. Just floated it right over Rodden's head. You're not going to turn 2 anyway. Just get 1.
Fielder's choice, he won. And now Vaughn up with the bases loaded.
As you mentioned, Brewers still looking for their first grand slam.
First at bat for Vaughn. Longtime Mariners announcer Dave Niehaus had one of the all-time great Grand Slam calls. The late great Dave Niehaus. Break out the mustard and the rye bread, Grandma. It's Grand Salami time. Remember that?
One of the greats.
One of Dave's longtime partners, Rick Riz,
Yeah.
is retiring at the end of the year. 41 years. They were a great team for many years. 3-0 and a strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. Three and 2 now.
Two of our good friends, Rick Riz and Tommy Hutton, retiring after the season.
That's right.
Mariners analyst. One of the good guys in the game.
Tommy Hutton's longtime partner, Rich Waltz, is filling in for Aaron Goldsmith this week, calling the games on Mariners TV. There's a shot picked at third by Wilson, and he starts no, he dropped it at first. Goodness. They get the out at second. And another run's going to score. Josh Naylor just had that pop right out of his glove on a routine throw.
Flanks it. Wow. Well, 2 errors now. I guess you can't assume a double play, but this, if you can call a double play or an error on a play like that, that would be one.
Sneaky RBI for Vaughn. He'll take it. Maybe. That was right in his glove, though.
Yeah.
A foul ball by Jonathan Ornelas. This is his American Family Field debut as a Brewer. Joined the club in Los Angeles. Brewers got him from the Athletics. Yeah, straight E3, no RBI for Vaughn. That's the right call. First and third, 2 outs. Ornelas looking for his first RBI. Ornelas got designated for assignment by the A's. He was in the DFA limbo in AAA Sacramento. 3 games in the big leagues with the A's, and he strikes out, and the inning is over. But the Brewers add 2 more, and they lead it 13-0. We go to the 8th.
Purchases.
Pace to discover.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest. And by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. American Family Field on a rainy Tuesday night. 13-0 the Storm. The Brewers have put on the Seattle Mariners tonight. Grant Anderson is on the mound. Drawing goes 2 innings scoreless. I would imagine Anderson would be asked to finish this game if he's efficient. Weston Wilson leads off. He's in there for Donovan. Spent some years with the Phillies. Weston Wilson was in the Brewers minor league system. He's still close with a lot of the current Brewer players. There's a strike, and it's 1-2.
When's the last time the Brewers had a game like this?
Now maybe that 16-2 game over the Giants. But 13-0.
But here at home, I don't remember one.
Those are a lot of road games. The few lopsided games they've had. A swing and a miss. Anderson strikes him out.
Hey, Brewer fans, vote for the soft serve margarita. Fill in your ballpark bites bracket for a chance to win tickets and try these bites in stadium. And vote MLB.com/bracket for the soft serve margarita.
Sounds delightful.
It does, doesn't it? You a margarita guy? I'll say no.
Randy Arozarena with 1 away. Cubs and White Sox are in the 7th inning. Pete Crow Armstrong homered again, but the White Sox lead 3-2. They had a late lead last night, let it get away. Nico Horner tied the game in the 9th, and then Pete Crow Armstrong hit a walk-off homer.
Man, he's red hot, isn't he?
That MVP race is getting tighter by the day between Ohtani and PCA. Ground ball up the middle. Ortiz slides, throws. Oh my! Joey O with another highlight.
I mean, what more can this guy do? There's a circle around that one again. He's got 2 today. Amazing play at shortstop. Not just to get there, but get up quickly and throw a bullet over to first base. And getting a pretty speedy runner. Check this out. Look at the balance and look how quickly he gets up. Gets him by a full step.
That's incredible.
Joey Ortiz. Doesn't get much better than that.
Body control. First ball swinging. Canzone. Joey O was the ire of Brewers fans everywhere. Now they're chanting his name. He had a rough first half. He is an example of stick-to-itiveness. He has made some gems in this game tonight. Wow.
It's Miller time.
Drone cam, courtesy of UW Credit Union. And many of the 39,000 in the ballpark tonight have found their ways to the exits. We have a position player on the mound. Leo Rivas, pitching for the first time this year. 4th time he's towed the rubber, and Contreras hits a high fly ball deep right center off the top of the wall. Contreras into second base with a double, and the hits keep coming for Milwaukee.
And there's no way you can ask a guy to go up there and make it out. Every at bat matters. Try to get hits. Contreras nearly hits one out. Right off the wall out there in right center.
Here is Christian Yelich. What StatCast calling these?
Ephus. 38 miles an hour.
Oh my goodness.
Is there an arc limit in the big leagues?
38. Call that. Challenge it, Yelly. Challenge it.
Can't challenge with a position player out there, yeah.
I always wonder if there are fans in the stands, you know, especially if you're new to the game, you're like, you don't know that this is a position player. Yelich into center field. Base hit. Contreras will be held up. 2 for 5/9 for Yelly. But I'm sure there's somebody in the stands right now that's saying, I can throw harder than this guy.
You know, and I think I could hit that.
Or that.
I mean, no manager likes to do this, but when you have a score like this, you got 3 games ahead of you. Or I should say 2 games left in the series. Hitters don't like it. Managers don't like it. But you got to do it in a game like this. You can't be wasting all your bullpen arms.
Is this number 1? Lara deep to left, and it is number 1 in the big leagues for Luis Lara. Another 3-run home run, the 3rd of the game. And Lara finally has a major league homer on the board.
Well, he certainly would have rather hit it against a real pitcher, but hey, a home run's a home run.
2-hit game for Lara. Hey, take him when you can get him. You can, you can tell by his face he knows what that's all about, but hey, no problem.
Hey, it's an at-bat in the big leagues. Doesn't matter who it is. Got to try to get hits. They all count.
16-0. And that's a base hit by Mitchell. Mitchell's got a 4-hit game. 4 for 5, all singles.
When's the last time the Brewers had 4 homers in a game? I think Dom's on it. Sorry about that, Dom. It's 16-0. You shouldn't have to get into the stats.
That's how you handle an ephus, by the way.
Yeah.
Is that how you handle an ephus?
They actually had a guy for the Yankees that threw an ephus.
Ortiz with his 2nd hit. 5 straight hits.
Remember LaRoche for the Yankees?
Oh, yeah.
He was a lefty.
Yeah. Last time the Brewers had a game anywhere remotely like this in this ballpark was last year against Pittsburgh. And they won 14-0. They beat Skeens that day. It was their 11th straight win. David Hamilton has 3 hits. And there's the first out.
Well, how about a Tavern of the Game winner, B.A.?
Who'd you go with tonight?
The Sport Bar and Grill. Would you stop doing that? You know, people come up to me and say, hey, pick me. That's in Marshfield. If they call the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. It's over courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Nice. Good call. Brandon Lockridge threw for a base hit. Station to station they go. And it's going to be Andrew Vaughn with the bases loaded. And that's through for a base hit. An RBI for Vaughn. 20 hits.
It's amazing. Everything they put their bat on is finding a hole.
17-0 now. Season high in runs scored. And now Ornelas down the left field line. That's down for a base hit. Another run is in. This looks like the first part of that Looney Tunes episode with Bugs Bunny before he got the changeup going.
Dun, 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 right.
Exactly. Google it.
Yeah.
Brewers are batted around. 18-0 now.
Five different 5-run innings tonight.
Crowd's booing. They want to see strikes. Brewers on the verge of some history here as Contreras with a bases loaded walk. Put him down for an RBI the easy way. Showing a good eye. It is 19-0. The franchise record for shutout margin of victory is 20-0. As Yelich flies out for the second out, and there is run. Oh, number 20, but
he threw it out.
He threw it out. He did.
He threw it into the bullpen.
Into the bullpen. He thought it was the last out.
Not a home run. No, it's an out. But then
two bases from the field.
Two bases for both of the runners.
I couldn't figure out where the ball was.
Yeah, he thought it was 3 outs.
So that'll be an error. Allows another run to score. Sac fly for Yelich.
He catches it and then throws it into the stands. That's only 2 outs. Another run in.
What a mess. That's a little flare. That's going to fall. And it's 22-0. Lara, 3-run homer and an RBI single off Louis Rivas. And now Mitchell, fly ball to right, long run, Robles. He makes an over-the-shoulder catch like Willie Mays.
Very nice catch.
Inning is over. 9-run score. Rivas going to have an ERA problem for the rest of his career. It is 22-0. Fans are entertained. Mariners have hit rock bottom.
Oh.
All right, Gary Sanchez is going to try his hand at pitching.
Got to get over there.
He did forget to get over. Good call.
I don't think he's had an opportunity to do that very often.
All right, so Gary Sanchez is the last player available to use on the position player side. He said he wanted a piece of this game. He's got a shutout to preserve out there. He's got an eephus working. So the Brewers have a franchise record for most runs in a game. And right now, they have a franchise record for largest margin of victory. That number is 20. You think Gary Sanchez is going to sneak a fastball by at one point?
He's going to cut one loose.
Like right there. Naylor was ready for it. Should have stuck with the eephus. Where do you stand on a game like this, Rock? It's a little bit of a mockery, but it's a blowout game.
Fans are enjoying it. I mean, I hate to see it come to this. You'd much rather be on top 22-0 than trailing, for sure. But no manager really wants to do this.
Popped him up. Long run in for Mitchell. Hey, Gary Sanchez is an out away from preserving the shutout. I mean, for position players, this is basically like a save.
Yeah.
He's got 22 runs to work with.
You hope he's going to be able to finish it.
Gary chance. Yeah, they're having fun. 39,000 tonight. He's working fast. We'll have to have a straw poll tonight on Dom Catronio's post-game talk show. Get the call in. Light up those lines on WTMJ. In or out on these kind of games. It's kind of fun. Softball swing by Pareda. Down in the corner it goes. Station to station go the Mariners. 2 on, 2 out. 22 runs on 22 hits. 2 5-run innings and a 9-run inning.
There you go.
Gas, call it.
See Robles looking at him.
Robles like, what is that?
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, he's peppering it up now. 0-2.
I'm not giving up a run.
Let him know, Gary. There's a breaking ball. Take it to the bag. It's a shutout. Gary Sanchez to the finish line. Throws a few spinners up there on Robles. And a record-setting night for the Brewers. 4 home runs. 3 3-run homers. A franchise record for runs in a game. Ties a major league record for largest margin of victory in a shutout in the modern era. At Cleveland back in 04, the We Are Family Pirates in 75. And the Brewers beat the Mariners 22-0.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? You know, a couple of great things. I mean, the Brewers offense came to life even before the position player came into the ball game. But great to see Yelich break this one open with a 3-run homer. Another good start by Harrison and the rest of the bullpen. So good way to start the homestand.
How about the song choice? Glory Days. You know, Gary Sanchez lets him know. When I was back in the day, I was some pitcher. Throw that baseball over a mountain. Brewers are shaking hands tonight. 22-0 the final. They keep the heat on the Cubs in the Central Division. The Brewers go to 78-48, the best record in Major League Baseball. Plenty more to come. Vinny and Steven going to go through every RBI the Brewers had tonight. All of them. 22 runs on 22 hits. We'll see you back tomorrow, everyone, for Game 2, Brewers and Mariners.